listening to the Double Deez podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm the respect.
He's got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
I'm from New York. You know what I mean? We like to eat out here. You know?
You gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're doing the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there. You're listening to Double Deez.
I am Dom.
I just said you're listening to Double Deez. I'm the respect. If you're listening to the Double Deez podcast via iTunes, we always want to remind you to be active within the iTunes community. Please comment. Please subscribe. It helps the Double Deez podcast out very much.
But your neighbors hate you.
They probably do, but who gives a shit?
Listen to that puto last night. He's doing that stupid Double D shit again, man. His podcasts suck.
Well,
I
they're
sound
listening.
like a transsexual from Puerto Rico.
You sound like a lot of things, Dom, but we're not going to mention that. We're not even going to get into the details of all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we tried to record. I'm just gonna bring it up. We tried to do a sketch at the beginning of this podcast, and amazingly enough, it was executed so well. But one thing went wrong. Dom forgot to hit the record button, so we weren't able to do the actual skit. So we're here now.
You already know that if it happened that way, you wouldn't say it that way.
All right?
Really? You wouldn't come out. You wouldn't come out and say no. You would have said a different way. It wouldn't have been in a funny way. You would have accused me savagely.
No.
You wouldn't be having this conversation.
No. You see what's happening right now, guys? You see what's happening right now, guys? Right? This is like the end of the sci-fi film, and you guys have the gun, and we're clones. And I'm saying, don't shoot me. I'm the real person. And Dom's like, don't shoot me. I'm the real person. Don't shoot Daddy.
How do you know? It was him. It was a good. Furthermore, it was your idea. Because when I called you, or when you called me earlier this evening, you're like, I was like, I have a skit idea. And you're like, no, I have a skit idea too. I'm like, okay, bring it up. And you brought it up, and it was better than my idea. Actually, my idea is pretty good too. But yours is
that was the point here. It's because I had the better skit idea, so you just figured.
Yeah, you know what? It was so good, in fact, that you forgot to hit record too.
That's how.
That's how much flames is coming out.
That's how eager I was to do this skit, but. Maybe we'll do it at some other time, but I think we can execute it just as well as we did just now. I think so.
Oh, man.
It may have involved Julio and a train and some candy. That's all I'm going to put out there.
And someone got ran over.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. But what's going on this week? How's things?
Things for me are very they're very heated because I've Daddy's something's coming up here. Something's coming up, and something that you don't care about. Fantasy football is coming up. So what that means is if I can gather up, say, 9 to 10 of listeners of the Double Deez podcast, and we could actually start a fantasy league pretty soon.
That sounds kind of cool.
I think that would be cool. You wouldn't be included into it because
I don't want a part of it.
You would be an empty void of a roster spot, so I'm not even going to involve you.
I want to get all the good players just so no one else can have them, and I won't start anybody.
Well, you have to understand how a draft works. You just can't take all the good players. There's an order to this. There's an order to this. No, see, Tom Brady would not be at the top because if you knew anything, you would know that Tom Brady's suspended for the first few games of the season. So there you go. There's your fantasy knowledge. Anyway,
I want Robert Wilson.
No.
From the Seahawks.
No. Can I get this out to the people? Can I get this out to the people, to the guys who are serious about this? Guys, if I can gather up at least 9 of you so we can start a 10-person league, if you're going to be very committed to it, please email me at d.podcast@gmail.com. That's d.podcast@gmail.com. And, send me your information. There is no information to send. Just send me the email and tell me that you're interested, and we will start a standard ESPN fantasy football league as soon as possible. So please send me those emails.
Just don't be like me in every fantasy league I was ever invited into. I prepared for the first week, and then I didn't even watch the games. And the next time, I didn't even pay attention to the rest of the season.
So wait a minute, this is very surprising. You've done this before?
Yeah, I've done it once.
Okay, where did you do it?
Like, you got to do it. It was on NFL.com.
Okay, so you didn't do Yahoo, you didn't do ESPN, none of that.
No, I don't know any of this shit. I don't. Yeah, I can't watch games, man, especially on TV. It's so boring, dude. I mean, it's kind of like I could watch maybe 2-3 plays, and I'm like, can I be doing something else? What the fuck?
Well, you
like
have
Shadowrun is coming out this weekend, dude.
What's Shadowrun?
Shadowrun, my friend, it's a top-down tactical RPG. You know
Okay. Before you get into that, I'm not going to allow you to take it there because we're just talking about fantasy for 2 minutes, and already you're going to try to
talking about real fantasy.
No, we're going to try to steer this. Look, I understand the hypocrisy here, the hypocrisy on my part, okay? Fantasy football is basically Dungeons and Dragons for jocks. I understand.
But it really isn't, though.
It is. It's
infinitely more complex, all right? Don't lump D&D in with fantasy football.
No. Fantasy is very complex as well.
Are you don't even know. I know what fantasy football is. You don't even know what D&D is, and you're telling me it's more complicated.
God, it's just like every other fucking RPG piece of shit.
It's not. It is so complicated, and you can do whatever you want in that realm, okay?
Okay, explain to me the intricacies of a typical D&D game. Like
All right, so you start out, right, and you're like, my character is a slightly overweight 27-year-old black male who hasn't had sex for like a month and a half. All right, you say that's your character, and you put out their stats, all right? And you say this guy spends too much time, in his apartment working on shit, and he's always worried about where his career is going to go and what's going to happen in the next few months in his career. And you say, yeah, okay, that's my character, that's who I'm playing. And then you just start stressing out, and and you roll dice every time you're going to make a choice in life. And yeah, does that sound fun?
This D&D isn't really about this. You're just fucking with me, right?
Yeah, that's me as a character.
Okay, so come on, tell me what this game's really about.
Okay, I'm not even going to preface this by saying it's really fucking nerdy, but basically, D&D started back in the late 70s, and the concept of it was that you get a dungeon master. What the dungeon master does is he crafts a whole story, and he crafts the enemies, and he crafts locations, stories, characters, all of that shit. And basically, what happens is you're going to be at a table with like 4 other dudes, and those are your party members. You each have a different character. A character you designed with their own stats, items, limitations, backstories, all that stuff that you created. But you're going into the Dungeon Master's world. What the Dungeon Master does is tell you, this is a very simple, I'm breaking it down as simple as possible because I know you're losing interest by the second. He says, you're in a dark cavern. You and your 4 friends are in a dark cavern. You're here to find some treasure. He tells you exactly what the cavern looks like. He'll read you like a half a page of like a description of what the cavern looks like. Based on that, you each have a turn, and you're like, let me look around the cavern. Let me bring out a torch. Do I see any magical runes? Whatever the fuck. And then you, turn by turn, you travel through this tunnel, this cavern. Things happen to you. You behave based on whatever happens. That's
all
it.
This while still basically just being at the table rolling the dice.
Yeah, some people use computers to have like they put maps on like computers, which is really fancy and all that stuff. But like, it used to be, it's pen and paper mostly, and whenever you make an action, you roll.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I mean, this is what you don't understand. See, what you don't understand is that you have the comprehension that you have of fantasy football is at such a novice level that you think that it's just simply a game of picking Tom Brady and putting him in there against a team. It's so much more complex than that when you are playing in a league with people who are skilled and people that will do anything to win. And
like kill you? Something like that?
To personally just go to your house and fucking kill you. Yeah. But no, but let me explain. What I mean by that is, say the scenario works out this way. If let's say you have a bunch of games that are all happening at 1:00, and there is one game at the end of the day that's at 8:00. So if my team has everybody going at 1:00, but I have one open slot on my roster for a tight end. A tight end is what Rob Gronkowski plays. It's basically just a
part wide receiver.
Yeah, part wide receiver.
Offensive lineman.
This is very, very impressive.
I don't fuck around. You think I don't know my shit?
That was impressive. Okay, so let's say that slot is open because you have a tight end who is injured, and news about him playing is still subject to change before 1 o'clock. Now you have a decision to make. You can either pick a tight end that's going to play at 8 o'clock, or you can just start Rob Gronkowski and, roll the dice because he's a valuable player.
Why would you do that?
Or you're at the risk of your opponent going into the player pool and picking up that tight end that's going to play at 8 just so they can force your hand.
But why would you play Gronkowski if he's injured?
No. See, this is what you don't understand. In the NFL, there's different levels of an injury report. Somebody can be doubtful. Somebody can be just out indefinitely, and there's another status. But if somebody's doubtful, it's a game time decision. So that means if the game is going to be played at 1 o'clock, you might find out at 10:50 that this person is out. So you just never know.
So you have to gamble whether or not he's going to be in the game.
You got to gamble whether you're going to play him or not. But the interesting thing is, the league that I play in personally, when I play with my brother and the rest of my friends, we're such sharks at the game that we'll be willing, like if I am the opponent of this said person with the whole Rob Gronkowski quagmire, I will go into the player pool and pick up that one available tight end who's going to play at 8 because I want you to force your hand. I want you to play Rob Gronkowski, and he's either going to be not 100% or he's not going to play at all. Either way, I've got the upper hand. Yeah, I just picked up somebody on my roster spot that I'm not going to play, but I fucked you over in the meantime. So, those little scenarios, they're not exactly complicated, but there is a strategy to it. And
I never doubted that there was a strategy to it.
No, yes, you did. You did. No. You think that this is just a chance, like just a chance thing where it's like,
how could it be chance when it's based on people in real life, their skill? You're basing it on their skill. Mm-hmm. So you're at the mercy of their skill level as well.
Yeah, but that's what you thought. You thought it was just like, just pick a line.
No, you're thinking that's what. No, but I didn't realize the thing about the injury though, and like it's sort of like how people play the stock market when it's like if you know that, let's say A&E is about to do some sort of a merger, it's obviously going to affect how you behave with your A&E stock. So I get it.
Mm-hmm. And there's also other things to take into account. There's how many players do you have that are on the same team? You have to matchups or something that play into that as well. You also, if you have, let's say if you have a player on a team whose defense is terrible. Their defense is absolutely terrible. So the other team is just going to continue to score. So say, for example, you have a running back. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you're down by 30 points in the second quarter, it's more than likely that your team isn't going to run the ball anymore because you guys need points quick. So you have to air it out a lot. So say, for example, if you have the running back of that losing team with the horrible defense, you have to take into account that you might not want to play that running back because he's not going to get a lot of runs because by the time you know it, Tom Brady is going to throw 4 touchdowns on the other side, and your team's going to need points so fast that your fantasy player's quarterback is going to end up throwing the ball more than he's going to be able to run it.
But you already put the running back in.
Yeah, but that's one thing that you have to consider. That's one thing that goes into matchups. But it depends on how great the player is. There are some players that are so top rank that they're starters in any scenario. It does not matter. They're your top players. You valued them to the point where they were your first couple of picks. So you're devaluing your picks by sitting them on the bench. You have to play them. So, but for the most part, fantasy is all about those mid-level players. That's what it's all about. It's not about the top-tier guys. The top-tier guys are no-brainers. You throw them up there. They're your first couple of picks in the draft. It's the mid-level guys, the lower guys.
Richard Sherman.
No, Richard Sherman's a defensive player. You can't individually select Richard Sherman. You can't.
Roethlisberger.
Yes, you can select Ben Roethlisberger. Yes, you can.
What about Marshawn Lynch?
Marshawn Lynch, yes, I will try to get my hands on him. I will.
What about Ray Lewis?
Now you're just being an asshole.
Okay, Marshawn Lynch, I'd have him as my running back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any part of you at all? Though I will not let you in this league. Is there any part of you at all that would be interested in playing in this league? I'm
interested in. I mean, you explaining that stuff was pretty interesting to me. Honestly, I do not have the fucking. I probably have the time, but I would rather watch Mr. Robot instead of fucking. I'd rather watch a show about a hacker who has Asperger's.
Is that what Mr. Robot's about?
Yeah, it's good. I watched the first episode. My brother turned me on to it. He's like, "Hey, dude, this shit, man. You gotta." That's how he sounds like. Listen up, cocksucker. You gotta. Yeah, it's good so far. My roommate's on episode fucking 1 million, and he's telling me he loves it. We share the same interests, so my roommate loves football, dude. He's in like 3 leagues. But no. And answer to your question.
And he loves white girls.
I don't know.
Same interests.
My roommate is me, Tyler Durden. You explaining that shit, it made me like a tiny bit more interested in burping, in fantasy football. What I want is access to the league. I want access to the Double Deez league. I want to see who's doing well. And I think what you should do is over the football season, let's just have a periodic sort of update on who's winning, and there's got to be prizes. There's got to be prizes for this.
Well, first we have to establish if there are indeed 9 gentlemen or ladies who would like to participate in the fantasy league. I certainly don't want to be viewed as sexist and leaving the women out because
no
this
trans
is
people
all about equality.
Gays and straights only. Gays. That's a weird thing to say. Gays and straight people only, and bi people.
Right.
No trans.
Now, right? There's just
it's weird to say that, right? Gays and straights only. All right, I want no motherfucking trans in here. Because it's like you're accepting, you're so accepting of this like disenfranchised group, but not this one. You're like, what? But yeah.
So find out d.podcast@gmail.com. d.podcast@gmail.com.
I want updates. You can name your team, right?
Yes, you can name your team. You can name your team.
That's that's the thing I'm most excited about.
When MySpace was the shit, you probably had like a lot of goofy layouts, didn't you?
No, you motherfucker. That's what I hated about MySpace. White text on a yellow background. Suck my dick. That's why MySpace went under.
Customization ruined it?
Yeah, it's a portion of it. When I saw the layout on Facebook, the first time I saw Facebook, I was like, this is how it should be. Control the HTML. Don't let the user go crazy with the design of it. If they have control of these layouts, they're going to go fucking ape shit, and we're going to get back to like Black Planet where you used to have the little like butterfly mouse cursors and shit, and like Baby Got Back midis playing in the background. Like what?
You know, on MySpace, it would take so long to load into some people's pages.
Exactly,
they had way too many YouTube videos embedded.
It's like, stop.
The music that was already playing the minute that you got on it. You had a bunch of GIFs or GIFs. I'm not sure how to say. You had a bunch of GIFs that were going on, and then if you went to a girl's page, she had her fucking goofy ass Betty Boo pictures. And she was Puerto Rican. You had like a chick with a tramp stamp, with a Puerto Rican tramp stamp or a Jamaican tramp stamp.
And they would always have the little pictures where it's like, "I am the nicest, sweetest girl you ever meet, unless you cross me. In that case, I'll fucking like." What is that?
I've always been fascinated by that. What?
It's a threat. Yeah. They post these threats on social media. It's like, like, why are they so adamant about expressing this to you? Like they want to tell the world not to cross them. It's like you have this platform to tell everyone anything, and you want to tell them that you're sort of scared and like defensive.
Because a woman is selecting on this platform. She's selecting, so she has to be on guard.
Don't cross me.
Have you ever been on? And this used to happen a lot on Mi Gente and Black Planet pages.
I knew people who had Black Planets. I was too young to have one at the time, but I would go on other people's Black Planets. I didn't have a desire to be on
Yeah,
there.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, I mean, online dating, just went to another level when Black Planet and when Mi Gente was created, because before that, what I could remember at least, it was just Yahoo Chat.
Yeah.
You would jump into a room and you're just like, hey, Betty Boo 57, like, you want to go private? Yeah, all right, whatever. And then you would have to send pictures, and then it was like ASL, which is age, sex, and location. But everything changed once you could go to somebody's page, and everything that you needed to know about them was like right in their profile. So women normally did this on Black Planet and on Mi Gente, where they used to set up rules. They used to say, first of all, be respectful. Second of all, don't ask me to send you naked pictures. Third of all, don't have a girlfriend, because I ain't about the games. I ain't about the bullshit.
No
so
games.
they used
She wants a real man, by the way. No more boys. She's done with boys.
Yeah. So done with boys. The boy period of my life is completely over. So they're selecting. So that's why they always got to be on guard, and they got to put out messages like that. But I've always been fascinated by the first thing that you said. That's such a crazy statement to say. I am the nicest person you could ever run into.
Right.
Wait for it. I'm gonna fucking threaten you. The nicest person that you could ever run into wouldn't even manifest that thought.
Right. They wouldn't
even say that. They wouldn't even have to. It's just, I'm nice. I'm a pleasant person. I am not. My niceness is not contingent on how you teach me, how you treat me. I am a patient and disciplined person, and I'm going to be as nice to you as possible. I'm not saying that you have to be Gandhi, but I'm just saying a person, they wouldn't follow that up with that statement.
Because there's a qualifier to what they're saying. That's the problem, is that there's a qualifying. There is a strong modifier there. It's like, it's not just. Why don't they just say, I'm the nicest person you ever met? Mm-hmm. Of course they're gonna hate it if you cross them. Everyone hates it being crossed. But they're like, it's like their niceness is contingent on this thing that you have to give them. It's like, it's very bizarre, and that's kind of crazy. That's crazy chick central if you see that shit. It's like they're sort of, and also the girl. Oh, here's another one. I'm done with drama, or I hate drama. This is a drama free zone. That sort of shit. It's like, you're the first fucking one.
Were you ever familiar? I'm not sure if we spoke about this on the show before. Were you ever familiar with chat lines?
Oh, you call on the phone?
Yeah.
And it's like you leave a message like, I'm 5'15". Mm-hmm. I'm dark skinned. My name Tariq. I play football. I'm real muscular. I know how to treat a lady. So you just come through. You come holler at me. I'll talk to you. Beep.
There were privates, and you could go into a live room.
I've never been in a live room.
You could go to the live room.
I was young when those chat lines were running.
Oh man, the New York Donut was the shit. That was the name of the line. It was called the New York Donut. Wherever you were, I think there was the Baltimore Beagle.
Hey, no, man.
Oh, what it was.
I want to talk about the New York Donut.
Okay.
I want to talk about all the good times I had on the.
Did you meet any women on the New York Donut, Eddie?
No. We talk about fucking women. It was a place to meet to find donut shops. What the fuck are you use it for?
I don't think that's what the chat line was.
No, that's the New York Donut. You go out there.
Okay.
You find donut shops. Some of them would have like these glory holes in the back, but the glory holes in the fucking Chester. The glory holes in the New York donut places. You go there. You go to the bathroom. Your big hole.
Okay.
You put your mouth on this stall, and someone will feed you donuts.
Eddie, I don't think you were eating donuts. I think you were eating penises. Those weren't bow ties.
Well, this donut is a cream filling too, man. What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't fucking gay. I'm getting the fuck out of here, man.
Cream filling. He had to go there.
The New York Donut, though. That sounds like a...
The donut was fascinating because... there were 8 rooms, not 8 rooms, maybe about 13 of them. Jesus. And you come into the room...
All through the touch-tone phone you're navigating.
All through the touch-tone phone, but remember, this was first, you were prefaced with everything with the narrator who used to be like, hey, you've got the New York donut. Hey, it was this creepy dude with a raspy voice, and he used to lay out the rules. He used to say, you got to be a certain age, all this stuff so they can legally untangle themselves from any wrongdoing or whatever. So, and then you hit the button, and then you got into the live rooms. Once you got into the live room, it'd be like, you press two, and then right before you went into 2, they told you how many people were in the room. So it'd be like 3. So you get in the room, and sometimes nobody would say anything.
But people are in there.
Yeah, people
How
are in
do you
there.
know how many
People
people
are
are in
ghosts
there?
because right before you went into the room, the lady would say the number of people in the room, and there was a certain button that you could press, so you could somebody left, you would hear a beep, but then you would hear 2. So there's 2 people left. So say you were in the room, and you're like, hey guys, you guys want to say anything? Anything?
Hey, where the girls at though?
Yeah,
Would it be like that usually?
That's how it would be, right? And then me and you were talking, and if I felt like a nice enough guy, I'd be like, "Hey, man, what's your name?" And of course, you're gonna be a total homophobe about it. You're gonna be like, "Hey, shut
man,
up."
I ain't looking for none of that.
I'm just asking you for your name, and we're waiting for the women, man. We're just waiting for the women in the room.
Nah. You and me right now. We don't need to be having this conversation.
But we're having it. We're having it.
No. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to myself right now. You feel me?
And then you had the worst person in the New York donut. Okay, this is what the worst person in the New York donut did. They would just sit in the room and blow on the phone the whole time.
What do you mean? To fuck with everybody?
Yes, just so no one would hear anyone. It was just blow on their receiver the entire time. I don't know if it was a blow dryer that some people had. The early stages of trolling.
Sacred ancient trolls, dude.
Yes.
You think there were trolls back in fucking ancient Egypt just like fucking up hieroglyphics? Like they just come back and like these motherfuckers just smear it up.
I'm sure there was.
They take the holy papyrus and just throw that shit in the fucking Nile River. Like, fuck these bitches.
There were those, and there were a host of other characters. But it was always interesting how you would go one-on-one with a girl. Okay, you would go one-on-one with a girl.
How do you meet the girl? You
meet the girl. You meet her in the room. You meet her in the room. If you guys talk long enough, and
would it be all Dominicanos?
You could it was Dominican. It was Puerto Rican. It was black. No white girls ever really. So you wouldn't have been any good there. Yeah, you can talk about manga and fucking anime. I don't even know what manga is, but whatever. What is?
It's
manga?
what I ate last night.
What is manga?
It's comics. It's Japanese style comics.
Anyway, so if you like the girl enough, you would say, "Hey, Susie, let's go private." And Susie would then give you her 3 digits. You give her your 3 digits, and you guys would press it right there, and you would lock into each other's private line.
Number in?
And people would do that all the time.
They would just sit there and wait?
Yes. They'll wait for you. You think you're going to connect to Susie, and it's just one guy at the other end of the line. When you connect, like, hey, you're connected to Brian. And then Brian's like, hey, what's up, faggot? And it's like, oh, come on, dude. Like, really?
You would say, what would it go past that?
No, you just hang up and you keep it moving. I would never do that. I got on there for the sole purpose of, I was bored, and I tried to meet some. I met one girl from that line.
In real life?
Yes.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
How was New York Donut making money from that? Because if any chat line now, you got to pay. How is New York Donut making money?
That's a good question. I don't know, because it was there were no charges, not that I knew of.
So you met a girl. How was it? How was she in real life?
She was cool. I
She
remember meeting up with her and being with my friend, and she told me that she was gonna be wearing like a hat. She was gonna be in the train station, so I told my friend to go downstairs and go look for a girl with a hat. And he saw her.
Why were you there with your friend, dude? That's creepy. You could have scared her off.
No, remember, she was inside the train station, and I just had him go downstairs to go scope it out. And he came back like a couple seconds later. He was like, she looks okay. And I was like, all right, cool. It was like after school when I met her. So, I went down there, and, we eventually hooked up, I think. I think I took her virginity, but she lied to me and said that she wasn't a virgin, but I think she lied.
Oh, yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, and that's how I met your girlfriend.
Okay.
That's exactly how I met her. Okay, so let's have a conversation now. So we connected. I'm the girl, and you're you,
Okay.
and we're connecting on the New York Donut.
All right.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's
I
going
just
on?
want to let you know before you say anything,
whoa,
I
whoa.
am not about the drama. If you think that just by
Look,
connecting with me on this phone, you think I'm about the drama?
Is this a recording? Because it's strange. It's like you haven't even responded to what I have to say.
Oh, no, this is not. I'm coming at you live and direct, broadcasting live from my apartment, which I pay the bills
you Angela
for.
Yee or something? Chill
I
out.
pay
Can
the
I talk
bills.
first? Can I fucking talk? All right. I came to this D&D chat room.
DRAMA, honey, not for me. The drama, leave it out. You want to have a party?
Look,
That's
are we
fine.
gonna play D&D or not? Okay, because I came in with my half elf mage, and I thought this was the chat room. Is this not the D&D chat room? Because I came in here looking for partners.
I was waiting for you to mention D&D. Yes. That's what she was waiting for. She wanted you to mention D&D.
When would that ever happen? It's fucking D&D on the phone. It would take so long.
A dream. A dream for most of these Double D's listeners to meet a girl who
D&D's nuts.
Deez Nuts, right? What's the whole business with that whole thing?
This shit. I'm torn because it's very funny, but it's also just it's infuriating. So in Iowa, apparently there was a what is this? It was like a preliminary like presidential candidate poll in I think it was I guess it was in North Carolina they did this poll, or Iowa or some shit. Anyway, the point is there was some poll where it was like, who would you vote for? Hillary, Trump, not sure, and the other candidate, independent candidate, was Deez Nuts.
Right.
Deez fucking. It turns out to be a 15-year-old from Iowa, and it's like, at first I laughed because obviously it's just because I'm fucking 5 years old in my head, and there was a local newscaster who was like, he kept a straight face somehow. He was like, and an independent candidate, Deez Nuts, and he didn't even crack a smile, and I got all my giggles out apparently because I'm not even laughing right now, but. Basically, we don't deserve democracy, dude. We don't deserve it.
I just want to go by the percentages. It was Hillary Clinton 38%, Donald Trump 40%, Deez Nuts 9%, and not sure 12%. Not sure.
What if he had won? What if everyone had said, "Okay, yeah, go ahead"? What is it? The 15-year-old kid is like, "Oh, it's just a joke." No.
Yeah,
Deez Nuts, right?
You are responsible.
No. Like,
candidate.
in fact, the first thing we're gonna do is tour the American prison system. Deez Nuts. I'm just 15. Oh no. You signed up, Deez Nuts.
Yeah, well, in this day and age, even though you have to be 35 to be president, there's probably a real Libby group out there that's telling him, you cannot tell this young man that he cannot be the president of the United States.
His parents apparently said that it was okay for him to do it. They let him do this. And again,
but why? Okay, yeah. So you were saying, why don't we deserve democracy?
Because of this joke. It's like, I understand if you think this politics is all bullshit or whatever. That's cool. You think the candidates don't represent you. That's cool too. But like, making this mockery of it is like, we don't deserve anything. It's like, people fucking died for this. Like, do you remember, like, look back, if you could have a sort of historic sort of viewpoint, remember all those fucking white guys shooting at each other, spilling blood, us fighting the redcoats.
Okay.
Way back. In this Revolutionary War, we were like, fuck the monarchy, fuck the British. Sorry, British listeners. Okay, we are your bastard stepchild, and we just wanted to break off. Declaration of Independence. We're independent now. We're going to do things democratically. This is our system we made in place. Big fucking deal. And then this.
Well, there's a lot of things in between. I mean, let's let's not say that this is now where we take a nosedive.
It is, all right? Everything is fine until now, all right? Forget slavery, all right? Forget the Holocaust. Deez Nuts is the worst thing that ever happened to you.
This is the worst thing. Which I have to imagine that there's some. I mean, if this kid is 15 years old, of course, Deez Nuts is something that's always been a bit mainstream, you know, when referring to your testicles. But yeah, you got to figure that this has something to do with that recent viral phenomenon of what's his name, Welvin the Great, with the whole, you know, something came in the mail today. Deez Nuts got him. It's like it's got to have something to do with that.
I hate that guy's making money. But, you know, more power to him.
Wait a minute. This is like in reverse.
Yeah, that was right
of the girl line. It's like, I hate that guy's getting money, but you know, more proud to him. That's fine.
He's just doing him though. He's just doing him. I guess
it's a free country. It's a free country. So what's gonna come of this?
Deez Nuts.
Yeah, it's
just. I mean, what's really happening is it's showing how people just don't give a fuck. Either that or they want a good joke, which is it's fucking. They don't care at all. People don't care. But then it's, what are you gonna do when Trump gets? What you gonna do, brother? When Trump gets in? Like, are you gonna complain? Deez Nuts, right? Mm-hmm. Deez Nuts. Are you gonna whine? Excuse me, because you forfeited your right at that point. I mean, I guess people, you know, the devil's advocate. They're like, I can whine about anything I want. Sure, you can, but like, did you really try? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to vote, but I really don't want Donald Trump to be president. I don't want Hillary to be president either. Like I said before, our candidates are dog shit this time.
As opposed to any other year.
It was better. I mean, at least I liked Obama. At least I liked hearing him talk, and I thought maybe something was going to change. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At the very least, he was likable, and I could sort of get behind some of what he was saying. But like, I don't know. I don't like listening to Hillary talk. She's like a piece of wood to me. Donald Trump is fucking Donald Trump. Like, what?
I think you'll get into the swing of things once the whole ball gets rolling. I think you'll get into the swing of things.
I swear, when it's a fucking election year, this city, it fucking goes crazy. It's all you see and hear. It is everywhere. It is overwhelming and just annoying as shit. And I was so glad when the elections are over, you can just breathe this sigh of relief, because it's like, fuck, now I don't have to hear about this. Fuck. Am I not contradicting myself, because I'm talking about how everyone bled for this opportunity, and I'm sitting here complaining.
It's the very same reason why everybody won't shut the fuck up about it in a few months. Absolutely. I mean, look where you're at. Yeah. It's gotta bleed into you somehow. It's gotta trickle down to you. You know, not even related to the subject, but I have noticed over like the past week or so, speaking of like just the area and the environment, how there have been so many instances where I'm just sitting in my apartment and I'm just here, and I hear West Coast music just banging outside. And it's not to say that I never did hear it, because I did every once in a while. I mean, if you're just, in the city, sometimes you'll catch somebody listening to Gin and Juice or something like that. But these are sort of records that they're not even playing on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So these are people riding around playing these songs. And it's just, when you consider obviously the release of Straight Outta Compton, and yeah, I understand that there's always a boom and there's always a spike of things when something's advertised, but there are a lot of fucking front runners in this city, man. And that's just in my area. That's just in my area that I'm noticing
like
that.
Bandwagoners.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You have no idea. And I'm seeing so many people walking around with Raider hats on. I've noticed a bit of that as well. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
I think it might be you.
You know what? I don't know if it's the what's that idea? What is it? The blue car?
Yeah, blue car syndrome.
Blue car syndrome, right? So you're paying more attention to it. You notice it more. I don't think it's that. I think You hold up. You mean me in a sense that it's just I'm irritable when it comes to that sort of thing?
Not irritable, but you're noticing.
I notice it more
because it's sort of you are noticing.
What
it
I
too.
notice from a hip hop standpoint is that the city no longer has an identity. It no longer has its identity. It's what all the mid-tier artists sort of complain about. Artists like Papoose and Mano. That's what they complain about. My Son is another one. I think he's from the Bronx. They complain about this all the time, that this city has no identity. What the city does is they pretty much just copy and paste. You know, we're just carbon copies of everything else. We no longer have a spine. And that is yet another example. It's yet another example of that. It really is.
Just the fact that why can't you play West Coast music?
It's not that you can't play West Coast music. It's that most days in the city, what you will always hear is Drake. That's what you hear. I would say 70% of the time.
That's not from New York.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Thus my point of...
But really, what's Toronto sound? It's just him.
Okay, that's fine because it's Toronto sound. But what you definitely don't see is you don't hear New York artists being played. Obviously, they're not being played on the radio. Okay? They're not being played on the radio. What's being played on the radio is Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap's been played on the radio constantly. What you're hearing is MMG. What you're hearing is Drake. That's pretty much what you're hearing. So you don't. It's of course one of the main reasons why it's a trickle down effect. It's I'm sound like a Republican now. It's the trickle down effect of why everything has switched over the past I don't know how many years to being a lot more vapid. And I think it starts over here. Now, I've always said that as
recently things have gotten vapid?
No. I didn't say recently. I said almost like 10 years. Okay. Maybe more than that. I think it's a trickle-down effect, and I think New York City has a big part to do with that because New York City is the cool kid in the back of the class who, we're the rebel, we're the crazy guy, and we're in the back of the class, and we basically dictate the behavior of the rest of the classroom. Have you ever seen The Substitute?
Was City Party in that?
Okay, not even The Substitute. Okay, have you ever seen High School High with John Lovett?
Oh, unfortunately.
Okay.
Jeez.
In High School High, there's a very subtle
Asian
thing.
Chick was hot though, the teacher.
Yes, she was. Yes, she did.
Damn.
Tia Carrera.
Whoa, hold on. Let me do a little.
Yeah, Tia Carrera. But anyway, let me explain it to the listeners. Basically, this is New York City, and this is hip hop. In that movie, you had Mekhi Phifer. Mekhi Phifer was the bad boy in the class. And John Lovett was the substitute teacher that came in and tried to get the attention of the class. Now, the attention of the class was depended on if Mekhi Phifer went with it or not. So as John Lovett tried to engage the classroom with books and with, lessons, there was a point in the movie where everyone looked back at Mekhi Phifer and he just put his headphones on. So when he put his headphones on, the rest of the class didn't give a shit. But later on in the movie, when John Lovett had engaged Mekhi Phifer, that's when the rest of the class took suit and they followed along. And that's basically what you have with New York City. Whether we like to...
That was a great reference, by the way.
Thank you. Whether we like to admit it or not, and we do love to admit it, we do dictate everything. We dictate everything. And as long as a city is going to be a chameleon, as long as a city is not going to have an identity, then that's basically what you're going to see within the culture, where everything is just, it's just, there's no balance. And, and I'm going to, there's just no balance whatsoever. So that's basically what you're going to keep having.
But, I mean, the other thing is, even this movie, people are sort of, I'm not going to go and say something stupid like sheep, but people are susceptible, to their environments. And the Straight Outta Compton's super popular right now. So, why? Of course that stuff's going to be popular. Mm-hmm. I do think maybe it's because this movie is out. But,
it's absolutely because the movie's out. It's absolutely because the movie's out, and in a couple weeks, I will hear none of that. You won't hear any of it.
You won't be looking for it.
No, I always look for
I also
it.
think
When
you're not
somebody when someone drives by, I always listen to what people play. Always.
Unless it's some alternative rock.
No, that never happens. Not in my neighborhood, anyway. Not in the Bronx. Not in the birthplace of hip hop, sir.
Kiss me.
Can I go through the Narcy project? Wait, no, it's not.
You said Marcy?
No. I don't know what I was saying. What the fuck is Narcy?
Marcy's where Jay-Z's from. It's in Brooklyn.
Can I go through Queensbridge playing that shit? The Cranberries or whatever the fuck I was singing just now?
I'm pretty sure there are parts
Sixpence None the Richer, that's what I was singing.
I'm pretty sure there's parts in Queensbridge that have been gentrified. Probably. You can do that. That's fine.
Kiss me.
Don't you hate it when... Like, I don't really feel too strongly about gentrification because I'm like, oh, this is happening, whatever. But, like, you go to a place... You go to, like, a one of these restaurants where it's, like, a bunch of young, like, yuppies are running it, and they're trying... They'll do things like, oh, yeah, I went to the DR for 4 months, and now I'm running a restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I just love plantains. I just love the taste.
Yeah.
So we're going to... And if you look at the price, and it's like $20 for 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because they're artisan. They're artisan plantain. And it's like you guys are just... You're losing the essence of this food. It's supposed to be it's a cheap staple. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, why would you fucking overcharge? But that's what they fucking do.
Yeah, it is. It is a sort of a thing. It's like, oh, I know everything about your culture now. I went there briefly, and I was in.
We're actually gonna spice it up too.
Yeah,
we're gonna add it. We're gonna add something new to it.
Yeah, we're gonna actually add like a mango powder to the plantains, and we're just gonna sprinkle it on top, and we're just going to add feta cheese as well. On top of the mango powder, and we're gonna hope that it just brings out the flavor, so it just makes it pop. And we're gonna charge about $50 per plantain.
No bullshit though. That sounds kind of good. Like I would try that, but
you faggot.
But that's the essence of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not against fusions of foods and all that stuff. I mean, that's. That's what makes everything interesting. I mean, if somebody tells you, I mean, hey, there's a bar in Brooklyn. I'm not sure what bar it is that you bring anything in there. I mean, this isn't really even a fusion thing. It's just amazing. It's anything that you bring into that bar, they will fry it.
What about a shoe?
They will fry it.
No, they won't.
They will fry it. Ask me something.
My penis?
They will fry it. They will fry it.
My phone?
They fried it.
What about a deep fryer?
They will fry the deep fryer. They have an even larger deep fryer that will fry your deep fryer.
What if I make a recording of me frying somebody? Like I do you guys say that in New York? You fry somebody?
No.
That's when you like insult them.
No sir, never. I've never said such a thing. No, sorry.
What do you guys say? It's like it's something. It's like cooking. It's like you cook somebody, or like what do you guys say?
Well, you said when you insult somebody?
Yeah, we say you got fried. You fried somebody.
No, it's normally either
you baked them.
You got roasted.
Roast.
Like roasted.
How does that happen? How does everyone come to a consensus on what cooking verb is proper when describing hurting someone's feelings in a certain fashion?
Hey, it's just you got roasted, and the act of doing it is as well. It's cutting ass.
What?
Cutting.
I cut ass.
So if you insult somebody, I'm hanging out with you, and I'm like, hey, Dom, nice shoes, but you definitely, you picked up my tone. It was me trying to insult you, and then you'd be like, oh, so we're cutting ass now. Okay. And then, then we get into it. Then we get into a roast session, a roasting
fucking
session.
Weirdos up there, up north.
So
we're cutting ass now.
Yeah.
If you said that here, we'd be like, are you farting? Or are you trying to touch my butt or something? Like what? Mm-hmm. So we're cutting ass now, huh?
That's exactly what we say.
We're cutting ass, huh? We're touching ass. We're rubbing ass, huh?
What are you, Robert De Niro?
I don't know. I started shivering and doing the De Niro face, looking all around. This podcast has devolved today. Jesus.
Yeah, man, but yeah, like I said, I have nothing against that idea, but you are right, because there is the fact that when the food is being overpriced, you're taking away the very the character and the charm of the food.
Right. It's like these people, it's like fucking jerk chicken was never meant to be over fucking $12. And that goes for fucking Jamaican people too. Don't fucking sell it for $20. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Why do they do that shit? And it's always fucking awful too. It'll be the fucking worst. You get the jerk from like really expensive places, and then it's just like regular ass chicken with jerk sauce on it. It's like you guys didn't even fucking smoke it. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you people? Meat's all tough.
You eat Jamaican food very often, sir?
Yeah, I eat jerk pork every week.
Familiar with roti?
I've never had authentic roti before. I know, man.
Roti.
I feel bad. So it's like it's almost like when you have a taco salad, right? Like kind of like you have a big dish. It's like a large fried dough crust.
Yeah, like a sheet. Yeah, sort of a sheet, right? And yeah, the ones that I've eaten like chicken and potatoes with the sauce. That's amazing. And it's
do they have a hot girl from Trinidad working in there and shit?
No, there's never attractive women working at the Jamaican spot that I go to. Never.
Oh man,
nice little jerk chicken in there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not bad.
You like that? You like curry goat?
No. I generally don't eat goat.
The fuck is wrong? Oh, you Dominicans don't eat goat? You're too good for it? Huh?
I don't like the sound a goat makes, so I don't eat it.
You kick my people out of your fucking country, huh?
That's what we do.
People, as I oxtail?
No, I don't eat oxtail. What's the point? What's the point of eating oxtail? There's almost
it is a delicious meat, dude. It is,
but there's almost none on it.
No, dude, you're eating it wrong. You can get a nice, thick, long, meaty, just oxtail, right?
No.
And there can be a lot of meat on there, dude. But the consistency is what makes it really good. It's like sticky. It's like high in this sort of gelatinous sort of fat. The kind of you know when they put like a pig's foot in like a soup in the Caribbean, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's that sort of consistency. It's like that sticky sort of flesh. It's so good.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The place near they have it. My Whole Foods is crazy because there are all like these different cultures around here. They have like Ethiopian food there sometimes, and it's kind of poorly made, but they have oxtail, and they have curry chicken, they have all kinds of crazy shit. But they cook it with a bunch of like these thick like not lima beans. God damn it, some kind of big bean. It's so good. You should try it.
Are they really garbanzo beans?
Yeah. That's it. So good.
Mm-hmm.
God, but Whole Foods is expensive as shit.
Yeah, so you can't really complain about the overpriced fusion food when you're paying Whole Foods prices. I mean,
yeah, but you know,
we're dealing with a very well-to-do gentleman in this podcast.
What, you don't have Whole Foods by you?
Oh, no. I have a.
You mean to tell me you don't spend you spend less than $30 on lunch every day?
Whole Foods, you can get a gallon of milk, some bread, eggs with cheese, and that would run you up probably $30, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it depends if you're gonna go organic shit.
Are you fucking crazy?
No, okay, not 30.
Not 30. You're sure?
You
sure about
15, 20.
God, I don't know. It's just this feeling that I get sometimes when I go downtown to the city.
Don't you hate them?
Yeah, I really do. I hate the people that I encounter when I'm at a Whole Foods. Like, say it's a really hot day and I'm meeting up with somebody, so I'm walking around Union Square and I just happen to walk into the into the Whole Foods. I mean, you and I met up on Union Square. It's a place where a lot of people meet up at.
Yeah.
And you walk into the Whole Foods, and it's always like the same sort of crowd. It's always like the lady that looks like she got out of her yoga class, and the
carrying her dumb yoga mat.
Yeah, her dumb yoga mat. And then there's the guy with the sandals and the high shorts and the non-prescription glasses and his ironic T-shirt online. There's him, and there's there's the mother with her freaking overprotective sort of thing that she has for a child, and it's like,
you know what boils me, what really tugs my dick is if I see, if I see any sort of parent in public and their kids being a fucking dick, and they're
not reprimanding them for it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or if their version of reprimanding is like, Timmy, this is quiet time. Timmy. Yeah, no, listen. Remember when we were talking when I took you to the counselor, Timmy, and I told you that you can't, that you cannot have what you want. Oh, okay, Timmy. I know you're having a tantrum right now. And what's going on? Shut the fuck up! Please do not. I'm going to write an article on Jezebel about you. Okay, sir. Please.
I'm going to write an article on Mother Jones about you.
On Mother Jones and Jezebel.
That's Jezebel. The parent. That is the parent that I mean. That's the parent that I suggested earlier. That is their head of the organization that is going to protect these nuts, because you can't discourage him from running for president 20 years from now.
It's like, this shit is stupid, man.
You can't. I mean, not. Everyone must be saved. Do you understand? No child left behind.
I got to make another point, though. On the flip side of that child beating argument, one thing that you will find all the time is if you're talking to someone who got their ass, or they come from a culture where ass whooping is okay.
Okay, me.
They will brag about how they got their ass beat.
Absolutely.
And it is weird. I've fallen dangerously close to that. Like, look at me. I don't know. I got my ass beat. But, like, it's weird, too, because it's like, why are we bragging? It's weird.
Because you're better for it now. You understand. You understand.
Not everyone is, though. A lot of people got their ass beat and they just turn out to be pieces of shit anyway.
Well, they got their ass beat and they might have gotten their asses beat senselessly. But there was a reason why I got my ass whooped at times, because I did certain things and I might have deserved it. It was never to the degree where I think it was over the top. It was just what needed to be done, I guess. But you realize that you're better for the situation when you're an adult. So when you're raised like that, it's like you understand. You understand why you don't deserve I can't even say the word participation trophies.
Yeah, like that football player who just came out the other day.
Right,
he was like,
took it back. Who gave it back?
So his kids got participation. He took him. His kids got participation trophies for playing in their little league game or whatever, and he's like, you know what? No, you're not gonna get this
because it breeds entitlement. It breeds entitlement.
We are gonna have trouble with that with this new generation. Yeah. I'm part of it. I'm part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, not me specifically, because I'm really not. I don't think I fall into that. I don't feel entitlement.
Well, I just feel that if you aren't getting your ass kicked as a kid, and there's probably a bunch of people online now saying that I advocate for child abuse.
Of course not.
If you don't discipline a child in that way, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen, but what's very likely to happen is your child. I feel like you have to associate certain feelings with things.
They gotta know the pecking order. There's a pecking order in life.
You gotta wait your turn.
Yes, you have to wait your turn. You have to know that you have to know when there's a bigger opponent in front of you, when there's someone in front of you, and you have to do what they tell you.
Mm-hmm, because I said so. There's no rhyme or reason why, because I told you to do it. That's it.
This is all those people who like record cops and they're like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not. It's like, shut your fucking mouth. They're going to kill you.
Yes.
I'm not doing anything wrong. What am I being arrested for? What am I being... Like, you can't talk to them that way because you can't.
Very, very different than the person, if you're the person who's informed and you know your rights. You know, like sometimes you have those videos where somebody has like a camera inside their car, even though it's annoying. At the same time, this person knows their rights. They're like, okay, it's 11:12. The officer has just asked me to step out of the car. I just told the officer that my knee is broken and I'm currently on a brace. The officer is still trying to force me out of the car. You know, shit like that. That's understandable. But when you're just the whiny fucking person that has like a mic, why you're doing that? Or if you're just a person who's spectating a cop, just grabbing somebody's arm forcefully.
Yeah.
Why are you grabbing his arm like that? You can cut his circulation. Were you trained like this?
Were you trained? In the training?
Yeah, it's just like, that is the person that didn't get their ass whooped enough as a kid.
And it's one of those things where I do think it's healthy because it's like you have to learn. Like this is where drunk bitches come from. Like the drunk chicks don't understand getting their ass whooped. Obviously, I'm not saying that any woman should get hit. Okay, unless you're bitch Korea.
That's exactly what he's saying.
All right,
that's exactly what he's saying.
In which case, Ronda Rousey should whoop your ass again because you're talking shit again. All right. If Betch walks through this door right now, I would fucking be like, I'm sorry. Like, what did you say? I'll eat your ass right now. I'm sorry. What? Did I say that? But it's healthy to know that there are people who are stronger than you. That's why, like, bullying, like, school bullying is different now. I understand that because it's like there's a digital component where your, like, online persona is being threatened or some shit like that. But, like, nothing is harder than middle school, man.
Kids are cruel.
It is so bad. But if you come out of that, it's like, I don't know. It really does make you tough. It's like life skills, man. Going to public school and like middle school, it's like, god damn.
You get robbed of that. You get robbed of that, and yeah. If we try to protect children from just that natural thing that happens between kids, where kids are terrible to each other and they will say mean things to each other, but as I've said before, if you make a child feel like he should feel sorry for himself, he's going to feel sorry for himself. But if you don't make it such an issue, a child is going to react based on how you've raised it. How you've raised the motherfucker, I think, if you've raised your kid to say, hey, stand up for yourself, don't be an asshole to people, but defend yourself. A kid is going to react that way. Now, if you tell your kid, if somebody touches you, you tell your teacher because they don't have a right to do this and do that, the kid's just gonna fucking cry the minute it's confronted with any opposition whatsoever, because you're making the kid weak and you can't supervise them at all times. So it all starts with just whipping their ass, man. They just you gotta know that there are consequences in the world, and that's just the natural order of things. I hate to sound like a douche, but everything that happens in school, it's social Darwinism at its finest, is what it is.
It's like, it's also important to learn. It's important to learn that the popular kids in high school, that they don't matter, and even if they fucking bully you, it's like you will learn that in the future. I mean, and maybe there's some of you guys listening to this. You guys are pretty fucking young. None of that shit. Like, you worried about being prom king? Like, you think that's gonna fucking matter 15 years from now? Mm-hmm. Everyone's gonna be fucking fat and miserable and twice divorced.
But at the same time, let's be fair. At the same time, let's be fair. I mean, while it's happening, it's the realest thing.
Yeah, it's because it's all you fucking know. Because you're dumb.
All you know. It's the realest thing. So, I'll tell you this. If and when I have a child, what I definitely won't.
I feel like we're gonna flip completely, and we're not gonna want to hit them or something.
Oh, well, hey, look, that remains to be seen. If that's what happens, then that's what happens. But what I want to say is that if I have a child, what I won't do is I won't demean what their existence is right now to them. I don't think you can constantly come to a teenage kid and say, oh, what are you worried about this kid, about what he thinks about you, about what you're wearing? Don't worry about it in the future. It's gonna, you do have to let them deal with what's right in front of them, because these are their formative years. They're, this was real to you, so that's why you turned out the way you turned out. Fucking totally fucked up in the head, and
Okay,
a
true.
lover of white women.
Okay.
The fucking completely socially awkward dude.
Yeah.
But you're a good guy. All right, I'm gonna tap you on your head. Just
Yeah,
right?
true.
Okay, all right. So that's why you turned out the way that you turned out. So,
But at the same time, though, I have to be honest. The things, the sort of environment and conditions that created me, I wouldn't wish that on my kid, dude. I don't want it. It's like you want them to have an easier time than you. So it's weird. It's like on the flip side, it's like, man, do I want them to have to go through all that shit? It's like,
yeah, but then but then you get caught up in a Varsity Blues moment, and your kid is looking at you, and he's going, "I don't want your life." That's what ends up happening.
And I'm like,
that's what ends up happening because then you're controlling it too much. You're trying to control your kid's existence just because you're trying to protect them so much, and you can't do that. Which I know. Look, man, I understand. Neither of us have children, but that can easily happen. You can turn
Speak for yourself, buddy.
Because you like men. You can easily turn that switch on, and it's like, I'm just gonna protect my kid. I don't care about all this fucking psychobabble bullshit nonsense. This isn't an intellectual thing anymore. I'm going to try to protect my kid. Listen, blank, whatever the hell your name is. You're dealing with all this stuff in high school, but it does not matter. This is not important right now. Just whatever, you could do that, but I don't think you should. I think your kid should experience everything as it's happening, and I think that's how you lead to having a healthier kid.
It's gonna. I mean, but
that's what you're gonna say to Jordan, right? Jordan, that's your kid's name.
Jordan.
No, Kyle. Yeah, that's what you would call him.
Kyle Reese from fucking Terminator. They're gonna be living in a different world than us. They're gonna be dealing with even more of a like web presence, and it's gonna mean everything to them. And it's gonna be like they'll be periscoping their whole lives. So yeah, we have that to look forward to.
So I like you. I don't know what it is about you. Like, all the guys are all about the drop, but you are so. What's your name again?
My name's Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, I came into this private chat because you said you knew some stuff about donuts or something. You said you knew something about cream filling.
You could talk to me about anything you want,
Eddie.
Eddie.
Actually, I wanted to talk to because I came here with this brochure. This brochure I actually created about. It's about chocolate cake donuts. I actually really like those for flavor. I want to talk about chocolate cake donuts. That's my favorite. I'm talking about. So
Eddie, you sound like you in good shape, baby. Like, how much do you weigh?
Actually,
oh my God!
It's actually funny you mentioned that. I dropped about 200 pounds last year. It's crazy.
Ooh, okay.
So
you're down to what then? Like, what are you down to?
I'm down to 640.
Oh.
6.
Okay. Okay.
Thought 640 pounds, pretty light on my feet,
It's
pretty good, once in a while, I actually have to go eat these donuts right now. It's nice talking to you, though. I'm not interested in eating, okay?